Now you should have the Inheriting Money worksheet in front of you. So we are going to play out some scenarios today, and you're going to have to decide which bank account is better for you. So it says, suppose you inherited $10,000 from your grandparents. Your grandparents have left in the will that you cannot have the money until you're 25. This means you can invest it any way you want to, but you can't have the money yet. Your parents have helped you find the following 3 options to invest your money into. Part A, decide which option is the best for you. Now, some of you are 15, some of you are 16, some of you are 17, some of you are 18. So if you are 16 years old, how many years have gone by for you? So you would take 25, subtract 16, and you're going to have 9 years that you're going to plug in for all your T's, because that's how much time has gone by for you. If you're 17 years old, you would take 25 minus 17, and you're going to be using 8 for time, because you have 8 years for your money to accrue interest. If you are 18 years old, you subtract 25 minus 18, and you would get 7. You plug that in for time. So do whatever your number is. If I didn't say your number, you can figure it out. So option 1 is banks are awesome, and this looks like it's compounding continuously, and you have an interest rate of 2.5% interest. Option 2 is we want your money bank, and this is your equation that looks like it compounds once a year, and it's at 4% interest. Penny Bags Bank, this one compounds interest every month at 3%. So these are 3 different formulas, 3 different interest rates. You are all different ages. Your answers won't match. Will all the 16-year-olds in the room match? Yep. And all the 17-year-olds and all the 18-year-olds will. But I can figure out how old you are, so don't cheat off each other. So you're going to do that eventually. But for right now, we have gone over the PERT formula. We've gone over the compounding interest once a year, the annual. This is annual. But we have not talked about compounding monthly. So I want you to flip to the back of your worksheet, and we're going to fill in this part, and I'm going to explain how to do the monthly ones. So use the following formula solves below. So here's the new formula with monthly, quarterly, biannual, and daily. So how many times a year would you get interest for the following? Well, if you are compounding monthly in 1 year, how many do we get interest? Well, there's 12 months in a year. You want to write 12 next to monthly. Write that. Quarterly, think about quarters. There's 4 quarters in $1, so quarterly is 4 times a year. So you're going to put 4 there. And you know what, while you're at it, why don't you write equals n? So go back over here and write that this equals n, because that's how many times, that's what you're going to be plugging in for n, basically. So equals, oh, that didn't work. There we go. And then for biannually, well, bi, the prefix bi means 2, so you would write that 2 equals n. Daily, how many times would you get interest? Well, how many days are there in a year? 365, and that equals n. I don't care if it's a leap year, we're going to use 365. So you've got these 4 things. So you're going to have to read each problem and figure out which n you're going to use. So say we're talking about a monthly problem. Well, that means that both these 12s are going to be, or both these n's are going to be 12s. If we're talking about a problem where they compound interest quarterly, both the n's are going to be 4. Biannually, both of the n's would be 2. And daily, both the n's would be 365. So let's do a real problem. So problem 3 says, Kim decides to put $10,000 in an account that compounds monthly at 3.5% interest. How much will be in her account after 4 years? So write down this with me. So the formula above, it's the same formula we've been using for annually. You're going to put the starting amount first. So we're going to put 10,000. Then you have a parentheses 1, and you are making money in your bank account, so you're going to put a plus. Now your next thing is your R over your N. So our rate is this. You move it to the left twice, it's going to be 0.035. But wait, our rate is now divided by N. So this is compounding monthly. So if you look back, monthly means 12. So I'm going to put 12 in for the N. So while I'm on this slide, I'm plugging into this formula. I've done my 10,000, my 1 plus the rate, and I'm going to divide it by the n, which is 12. So I'm going to write divided by 12. So I'm going to divide by 12. Then I'm going to close those parentheses. Then you're raising it to the n times the t power. So you can do a caret, and in parentheses, your N is 12, because we're monthly, and you're going to multiply that by your time, which is 4. You're going to type this in your calculator just as I've typed it, and I'm going to copy and paste, and I'm going to go to Google, because I'm using that as my calculator. I'm going to type it in. You guys just type it into your calculator. And you're going to get that your answer is $11,500.39. So that's how much money would be in my account after 4 years. So I have not asked you how much interest she'll make or anything. I just want to know what the ending amount is in that account. So the ending amount is $11,500.39. So let's do one more, then you're going to do the rest of everything on your own for this entire worksheet. You're going to turn this in on Friday. Reminder that we have a quiz on Friday over 7-4 to 7-7. You'll review beforehand, and then you'll take the quiz. So let's do number 4. Joe decides to put $7,500 in an account that compounds quarterly at 2.75%. How much will be in his account after 6 years? So we're going to use that formula we've been using. So first of all, you're going to put your A, which is your starting amount. So we're going to type 7500, 1 plus. The next part is your rate divided by the N. Your rate is 2.75. Move the decimal to the left twice. So it's going to be 0.0275 divided by the N. What's N? Well, N is how many times you get interest per year. So this is quarterly. And we wrote up here that quarterly stands for 4. Again, we're using this as our formula right here. The Y doesn't matter. Okay, so we've got 4. So I'm going to put 4 as my N, because it's quarterly. Close my parentheses. Then I'm going to raise it. I have to put this part in parentheses. And it's the N times the T, so 4 times 6. Close my parentheses. And I'm going to type that into my calculator. And my answer is $8,840.46. So this 5, 2 decimal places, 4, 5. This 5 says rounded up. So I'm going to type that as my answer. So my answer is $8,840.46. That's how much is in this account after 6 years. So you have one more problem here. That's biannually, so you're going to use the N equals 2 on this one. And then on the last one, this one compounds daily, so you're going to plug 365 in for both the N's. And I think that's the end of your worksheet. So you're going to do that, finish the entire back, and then you're going to flip to the front. Do those 3 problems. Remember at the front, making money off your grandparents. And you're going to put option 1, option 2, option 3. You're going to put N is going to be 12 on this one. But for time, everybody's time is going to be different. So you take 25 minus your age, and that's how much you're going to put in for time, for you. And then pick which one's best for you. Then there's a follow-up question number 2, part B, that says, you decide you want to buy a car worth $13,000 with the money once you turn $25. Which options allow you to buy that car? Everybody's going to have a different answer at this problem. So, don't copy off each other. Make sure you finish both worksheets. Quiz tomorrow. See ya!